Hey there, Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. Welcome to day 90 already. A quarter of the way through this year's annual challenge, Get Your Goals annual challenge. Today we're talking about step 7 of the goals process, specifically with respect to our mental goal this month, our mental well-being. And the tool I'm going to share is the 7 whys. And we're going to talk about this. What do you want? And then you ask yourself, well, why do I want that? And then you answer it. Why do I want that? And you do that 7 times and 7 layers deep, and you come to understand at a deeper level what it is that's really driving you to achieve your goal, to get the thing that you want. And we're going to do the 7 whys exercise today with respect to the specific goal we've been working on for our mental well-being and our mental health. But first, let's talk about the 7th step of the goal process that we're using this year to really nail down and identify our goals in each of the different areas and aspects of our life and the life framework. So we've done emotional last month. This month we're doing mental. Next month we'll do spiritual, which is tomorrow already. We're in a brand new month and a brand new quarter of the year. So today, the 7th step of the process is rewards and celebrations. How are you going to reward yourself? And I like to reward myself along the way for achieving different milestones, as well as when I achieve my end goal. And for me, I always have to make sure that I have a next goal or a next reach goal on the horizon so that I don't get demotivated or I don't have that letdown when I actually achieve the goal that I set for myself. Now, I always want to achieve the goal that I set for myself. Does it always happen? Absolutely not. But if it doesn't, then that becomes my next goal. So today, part of our action item is we're going to do 2 things. We're going to do the why exercise on this goal to help keep us motivated, but we're also going to map out, I know, single daily action, but we're doing 2 things today. We're going to map out what do the rewards along the way for each of the different milestones, if you want to do that too, or what is the reward and what are the celebrations, or what's the celebration going to look like for us when we achieve our goal. So for example, I am increasing my self-talk by at least 25% this year. I always say this or something better, so I want to increase it by 25%. That's my goal, but I always want to go a little bit better, a little bit further than my goal. That's my kind of internal continuous improvement clock. So if I'm looking at this goal and I'm saying, what are my 7 whys for this? And I just did this in the car yesterday when I was traveling, so I'm going to grab a magnifying glass and see if I can see what I wrote. And it's just the first thing that popped into my head. So it might not make sense for you. It might not even make sense for me as I'm analyzing it today and sharing it today. But it's a start in really digging down deep and finding out what my personal drivers are, what my personal motivators are, why I want to have this goal. Why do I want to have better self-talk? I just hung out with my family for 10 days, and some of my family and some other people, but I realized there's a pattern of self-talk that's kind of negative and self-deprecating that's gone through at least 3 or 4 generations, and I want to make sure that I kill that pattern and I quit that pattern so I don't spread it to my kids and especially my grandkids. So 7 whys. I put use the 7 whys for mental being. And I actually do this little chart with all the whys ahead of time. I actually make myself a little form like this in my book or on a piece of paper when I'm doing it, because it reminds me to keep going. It also reminds me that I don't have to have a big, complicated, multiple thing answer for any one of the whys. Usually with the first why, I come up with a whole bunch of things, and then I need to remember, well, let's prioritize those. Why do I want this? Does this really lead to the next thing? So mine was, what do you want? To use mostly positive self-talk. I mean, is that specific? Not really. That's not a goal. It's just this is what I want. I want to be my own best cheerleader. I want to be my own best friend in my head. That voice in my head, I want it to be positive way more often than it's negative. And when it's negative, I want to stop and notice and say, why am I thinking that way? And is that serving me or not? So what's the first why of that? Why do I want to use mostly positive self-talk? Well, to feel more positive. Why do I want that? So I have more confidence. Why do I want that? So I feel better about myself. Well, why do I want to feel better about myself? So I do more and get more out of my comfort zone. So I actually stretch and reach and do more of what I know I'm capable of. 5th why do I want that? So I set a positive example for those I love and care about. Why do I want that? So they see what's possible. And then finally 7, why do I want that? To positively contribute and make the world a better place, to be a positive example and a positive influence on others, myself and others, because I know the more positive I am, the more positive results I get. We get what we expect. All right, so that's it today. 7 whys on your mental well-being goal, and then how are you going to reward and celebrate yourself for achieving this goal. And like I said, I do it for the milestones along the way because it gives me a little more incentive and keeps me going, because like I said, some things we try work, some things don't. Any questions, hit me up. Otherwise, I'll be with you tomorrow.